Hi, karibu to Tazama. Today we're coming to you from somewhere in Kajiado County, on the southeast border of the Nairobi National Park. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll give you a clue. The first name is an R, the last one is place, Rolf's Place. And we now join Adam, who will be our host for the day. Hi Adam.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good.
So tell us about this place.
Well, initially Rolf's Place was actually our house, which my father actually built 21 years ago. So it's actually as old as my younger sister.
So before we get to see more of Rolf's Place, look at our first story.
About the hair extensions, I don't have the problems about the braids or the hairstyle, but with the weaves, I don't like them.
Most of the time I like my hair braided because it's more easier to style.
Demu akiwa na amevaa weave, naonekana kama ni unajua weaves sana zinakuanga za mama wazee.
Most of the time it's natural, but with time I do braid ndio ikuwe strong.
The hair debate in this country has been raging, and it still is. But what the opponents of the use of hair extensions and braiding pieces do not realize is that the art of braiding and weaving is a source of livelihoods for thousands of Kenyan citizens.
Tazama is in Umoja Market today. Umoja Market is one among places like Kenyatta and Ngara Market, a haven for lovers of hair extensions to show the business and employment opportunities created from the art of braiding and weaving. Follow me.
I worked as a hairdresser for the last 20 years. Normally I specialize in weaves, braids, and a little of chemical relaxing. My salon is Brema Salon. Yeah, I'm self-employed. I have 2 salons. One is in stall number 33 and 34. There they deal with mostly weaves, braids, and twists. The other salon is in stall number 16 and 17. I have a beauty shop. Most of the people that are there, most of them, they work on commission basis. So the people that I've employed are around 10, but the rest, I work with them for commission.
Naitwa Juliana Mino. I'm 26 years old. Na mimi ni address wa Umoja Market. Yenye inaleta watu huku sana ni kushuka braids. Ndio wanapenda zaidi na ndio iko yani juu. Ndio inashukwa sana. Kushuka lines ndio inaniletea pesa zaidi ya zote. Sasa akikuja kama hajaoshwa nywele tunamuosha. Kuoshwa na straightening ni 150. Kutoka hapo tunamshuka. Size yenye anataka ina depend na size. Sasa akichukua size tuseme tu size kama 800. Na kwa nywele ni refu, pisi ni refu, ataongezea juu ya mtu wa kumalizia.
I'm finishing the twist itself by rolling it on my thigh. It's more faster and it's tight.
Venye tunashuka tukiwa wengi, unaona sasa customer ametoka mbali, ameingia. Anapenda venye anaona tukishuka tukiwa wengi. Cause pia ataisha haraka na aende, ni advantage yani.
With the nature of this mode of employment, the hairdressers have formed circles to ensure they save up their daily commissions for a rainy day.
Benefits hiyo sako. Kwanza kuna ile pesa tuna save ya kutusaidia sisi wa mama baadaye. Tuseme kama mtu amewacha kazi, ameretire, ameenda nyumbani. Kuna vile wanachama, kuna ile amount wameset, utakuwa ukipata, ukitaka wewe unapewa monthly ama upewe at once, but tulikaa chini pamoja na tuka decide ya kwamba kama umeretire utakuwa ukipewa kila mwezi ndio iweze kukusaidia. Ukipewa mara moja utaitumia na iweze kuisha.
Umoja Market has approximately 320 stalls. Now most of these stalls are rented out by salon owners. So I decided to walk around and find out from other businesses owners on the premises the impact the thriving hair businesses on the market has had on their business as well.
Kama sasa hivi customer haisitoka kwenye ametoka kuja osho miguu tu peke yake ama afanywe beauty. So you find akikuja huku aone yako na time anaweza afanywa something extra.
si nywele peke yake. Ndio nanga sasa hiyo ndio inatupatia kazi sana.
Business ya salon inani affect kama hawana customer, pia mimi sina customer. Juu wao wengi wao ndio customer zangu. Hao customer wanakaa mkwao ndio pia mimi nangoja juu pia hao kama wananibaia kani hizi soda nini vitu kama hizi, kama ni hapo kwa Mei hao ndio wananibaia mahindi. Sasa zile hakuna business yangu iko down.
My business has really helped me because I think I started when I was so young, and I didn't have any other job that I could do apart from the talent that I was blessed with. So, and I got my firstborn when I was still very young. Really, it has raised my family. It is the one that has helped me till where I am right now. Because my firstborn now is in the university, secondborn is in Form 3, and the thirdborn is in Class 5.
According to the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, the country's unemployment rate stands at 40%. Umoja Market is just one of the many models of small to medium enterprises providing thousands of job opportunities to Kenyans, which largely contributes to the economy.
If you have been to Rolf's Place, one of the main features you will never forget is this magnificent bridge. So Adam, what led to this?
We started off by digging on either side, blowing out the rock with dynamite as well, so it goes about 15 feet deep. And then we put a base, a concrete base. On top of that is a steel cage on either side. Then once that was sorted, there's these steel rod cabling that are connected, and it was just basically build as you go.
The view here is just beautiful, but it's a bit nerve-wracking to think I have to walk all the way across. But as I try and gather the courage to do that, you look at our next story. You are what you eat. So what happens when what you eat isn't promoting health? Fast foods are cheaper, tastier, and easily available. However, along with these foods, obesity has come. But do people understand what obesity is?
Obesity ni ule mtu amekuwa ana formula.
Obesity, I think it's growing fat.
Obesity si ni ile watu nakuanga wanakaa na respect, wanakuwa public opinion. Watu ndugu natoka namna hii.
Si mambo na health ama kukula vibaya, but ni ugonjwa inakuanga. Ukikula sana, the more you eat, the more your ugonjwa inadevelop.
The World Health Organization report of 2013 states that in Nairobi, close to 200,000 people are obese. Similarly, researchers at the University of California, Berkeley, in 2009, noted that living near a fast food restaurant is linked to a 5.2% greater risk of obesity. Tazama is going to a professional who will demystify obesity for us.
Obesity is that imbalance in the body where you find that you may be having excess fat than is needed. There are various parameters of measuring if somebody is obese, and the most common is the body mass index, and this basically tells you with your height, what weight should you be carrying.
There are other parameters for determining obesity, such as the waist circumference, which is used to determine abdominal obesity, or the skin fold test, where they use a special instrument to measure the amount of fat on a particular part of the body. So now that we know what obesity is and how it is measured, it is time for us to find out why obesity cases are rising in Nairobi. Tazama found a lady who was willing to share her experience. This is Alice, wife and a mother to 3 children.
After maternity, all my lunches consisted of quarter chicken and chips. I gained too much weight, from 60 kgs to 90 kgs.
Alice developed numbness on her left hand and leg, which resulted to paralysis. And at that point, she went for specialized treatment.
When the tests were done, the doctor realized that I had developed very heavy muscles on my left heart and my left leg. And as well, my cholesterol levels were very high. A BMI was conducted and it was found to be at 33.
Alice, like most obese persons, had high cholesterol, which hindered the proper flow of blood to her left side. It was at this point that it dawned on Alice that she needed a total lifestyle adjustment.
For sure, my eating habits have drastically changed because the quarter chickens and chips are no more. I take a lot of vegetables and I exercise a lot. I never used to walk. My husband used to pick me from the house to my place of work, then in the evening the same, to church the same, so there was no walking. So I would say that there were no exercises at all.
In 8 months, through exercise and a proper diet, Alice was able to get back to her ideal weight of 56 kgs. However, the problem left her with a limp. Alice is just but one of the many Kenyans affected by the current food situation. According to the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, there are 552 restaurants in Nairobi's CBD. This number represents both the fast food only restaurants and the ones serving traditional food. We're here on the junction of Ronald Ngala Street and Moi Avenue, where we're going to see the number of fast food places against the number of restaurants serving traditional foods. Now the sample area is on one side of Moi Avenue, right from this junction to where Ambassador Hotel is. The distance is about 200 meters, so let us see and count. This is one, Sizzling. It's a restaurant serving traditional food. So this is the second place, it's Lazarus Inn, also a place that serves traditional food. So that's number 2 so far, and no fast food restaurants at all. We have Eureka Fish and Chips, which is the first fast food restaurant on this stretch, and quite closely to it we have Tennessee Fish and Chips, which is the second fast food restaurant. Quite closely to it is the third restaurant so far, which is Nevada Fish and Chips. Now that brings the number to 3 fast food places and 2 restaurants serving traditional foods. I continued upwards on Moi Avenue to see the ratio of the 2 food places, from the Tomboya statue all the way to the Jivanji Gardens. There are 10 fast food restaurants and 5 serving traditional foods. Fast food restaurants have not only outdone their competition in numbers, but also with their timeliness and cost. We're here on the upper end of Moi Avenue. We're about to visit one of the most popular fast food places in this area. What we're going to do is see how long it takes for a person to get their food. What I'm going to do with this stopwatch, I'm going to time how long it takes from the minute I walk into the fast food place to when I get the food. Come along. It took me 2 minutes, 12 seconds to get this meal of chicken and chips in my hands, and it will cost me 195 shillings. On the flip side, I decided to visit a restaurant that serves traditional food to get a feel of what it's like. It's a typical lunch hour, and the restaurant is buzzing with activity. I want to time how long it takes for my meal to arrive from the time I order it. As soon as I place my order, my hunger doubles. My meal just arrived. This is matoke, which is basically bananas and potatoes together. And then we have chicken Maryland, as they call it here, which is just chicken that has been fried and then marinated and then fried. And then we have our vegetable side and some soup to go with it. And despite the long wait, which was 7 minutes, 17 seconds, I must say the food looks scrumptious and I can't wait to have some. So this meal is going to cost me 350 shillings. For an individual on lunch break, when the energy is low and appetite high, waiting for a meal in a restaurant as opposed to having an instant meal seems impossible. In addition, fast foods are cheaper. Hence, most Nairobians find themselves opting to eat at fast food places. This leads us to one of Nairobi city estates to see what the situation is like. Residents of numerous estates in Nairobi have a faster and even cheaper access to fast food.
Customer wangu ni mtu mzima, mtoto. Heni customer tu. Sana Kama saa ya ranji ni watu wazima, saa 7 ni watu wazima, saa 11 ni watoto wengi, hivyo. Viazi wanatumia tu ndoo moja, ikienda extra inaenda tu kidogo yake. Saa hii kazi hakuna.
We head back to Kate Kibara's office to find out how one can align their lifestyle to their health goals. I presented the food I had bought to the nutritionist.
When you look at it, two things that you can just see, they are both deep fried. Your fries are deep fried and the chicken is deep fried as well. This means that a lot of fat and a lot of calories, because that's what you're looking at. And then look at the entire plate. It's almost 3/4 is the fries. That's also a lot of carbohydrates. Eating a lot of carbohydrates is in excess to eat at one meal. These are 3 pieces of chicken. Animal protein, you should take about 50 grams a day. The other half of the plate should have been your vegetables. But there are basic things that in general to simplify it, somebody can check to know if this thing has high calories or low calories. Anything that is a simple sugar, whether it's a sugar that we use in our tea, whether it's soft drinks, whether it's the refined white flours, just know those ones are very high in calories. On the other hand, our whole meals, if you're going to take like a porridge, for example, or whole meal ugali or whole meal chapati, because these ones are released slowly into glucose, you will know that the caloric intake is low, the calories in it are lower.
So fast foods are okay if taken in moderation and not at the expense of a balanced diet. Look who made it. So Adam, what room is this?
This is basically the lounge area. What we've done is 3 different themes. You can see on that side it's basically all elephants. The couches have got the elephant design, the bronze sculpture. In that corner it's more zebra. It's got the zebra print on the cushions and the white, and then you've got the zebra skin on the floor. This corner here, it's got my dad's, polo, old polo equipment, his polo sticks, yeah, and the sculptures that he did. And then at the table, you've got the whole different African trinkets and artifacts.
What of your restaurant? What kind of meals do you serve?
We do a lot of meats. You've got your usual T-bone steaks, sirloin steak, pepper steaks.
Wow, it all sounds so mouth-watering, and I'm going to take my time to decide what I'm going to have. As I do that, Tazama takes a short break. Karibu tena. So, as I was trying to decide what meal to have, Adam had this crazy idea that maybe I should learn how to make it instead.
Well, here's our kitchen.
Today we are going to make the Swiss grill. We need chopped onions, sliced quail, sliced fresh mushrooms. Put the butter on the pan. You add the chopped onions. You put the sliced quail. Now you add the white wine. Keep on stirring. You add the mushroom sauce. You put the fresh mushrooms. Stir.
So I'll be here stirring and waiting for the food to get ready. And as I do that, you look at our next story, which will have you look at something very basic, a bit differently.
A food security report by Kenya Agricultural Research Institute estimates that over 10 million people are food insecure and many of them survive on relief food. To respond to this food crisis, the government of Kenya is encouraging citizens to vary their eating habits to other foods and avoid over-depending on maize.
The banana plant is a large annual flowering herb whose fruit is your edible banana, the one that you take at the market. Now, the banana plant can stretch up to about 7 meters in height, and it contains 8 to 12 leaves of about 3 meters wide.
According to Henry Kenyo's thesis from TechnoServe Business Solutions to Rural Poverty, Kenya's banana production stood at 1 million tons per annum as at 2008, with 270,000 banana farmers making that contribution. With this kind of mass banana production, one part of the banana always goes unnoticed. That is the banana flower.
The banana flower is that maroonish item that hangs when the bananas are formed. You know, the one that remains? Yes. And many times people keep it up to when the banana is ready. But we people from agriculture recommend that once the banana is formed and it's almost mature, you're only waiting it for it to just kind of fatten. You cut it off so that all nutrients are concentrated in the banana fingers so that you get a good product. If you look at the potassium in the banana flower, is higher than even the one in the banana fruit itself. And it also has iron, magnesium, vitamin C.
We are at Waithaka in Nairobi County, where we'll be meeting Mrs. Elizabeth Kamari, and she's going to help us cook the banana flour. How are you, madam?
I am fine.
Yes, so tell us, what do we have on the table today?
On the table we have the banana flour, which is this part of the banana. It's at the end of the bunch of bananas. And this is very nutritious, very good. You want to cook, first of all, you go to the shamba and you get your banana flour, which is this one. It's a flour because when you take this off, you find the flowers inside. You can cook together if you don't mind the tangy or a little bitter taste. Or you can cook it on its own, and that time it's not bitter at all. You take the maroon part and you slice them, because you can do it anyway. It depends on each person. You can slice it that way into little parts, and then you slice all of them together. So you slice them until you have enough, and then you soak them in warm water with salt.
Why do you have to put warm water in?
To remove that bitter taste, because the banana really has that bitter kind of taste. You slice your onions, and we'll use it for cooking. Just a very normal frying. Here we already have washed and sliced dania and washed and sliced tomatoes, all ready to cook.
While we wait for this to get to a little brown, to get it cooked essentially, and then we can add the dania and the nyanyas, and I know it's gonna taste really good.
Yes. You have to keep checking your food so that you don't burn it. So we can put a little salt, like 2 pinches.
2 pinches or so.
Yes. And then you can use mixed spices, or you can use any spice of your choice, or you can even cook without it. Yeah, because it depends on each person's taste and likes.
Can I stir this?
Yes, stir that.
This looks good.
Hold it.
And the smell is sweet.
So we put in our banana flowers, all sliced up and ready. Then we shall stir and mix. Okay. We had already prepared that so that to save time. Whatever we have in the sufuria, we had already prepared here. And this is the flour without the little flowers inside.
Millennium Development Goal number 1 seeks to eradicate extreme poverty and hunger by the year 2015. Now, diversifying eating habits from what we commonly know to indigenous foods like this one could probably be the solution to food insecurity in this country. I have the food here and I'm gonna taste it, yeah? So I can start from this one. Let me start with the less bitter, yeah? It's always good for the finer things in life. Okay, this is your normal ugali.
This is good.
Adam, how well do you think I did on my cooking test?
Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But I think you didn't do too bad. Thank you, guitar.
All that was me.
Do when I'm in the kitchen,
Okay.
I'll start with a little bit. You never know. Not bad at all. Well, I'll say this, if you're ever looking for another job, you're more than welcome here.
Thank you for the vote of confidence. So thank you for watching Tazama today. For any feedback, reach us on the avenues running on your screen. Till then, I guess we'll be doing this. Bye-bye.